As a matter of fact, I wrote the chief judge who's presiding over the case today a same letter, sent him a letter through email of that same statement that they're holding Roscoe over his authority. They didn't listen, basically. So we filed, me and my co-defendant filed a petition with the Coffee County Grand Jury to have him for falsifying documents, violation of his oath of office, and to remove his Superior Court Judge James Kelly Brook from office.
February 7th, 2020. Attention, Judge J. Kelly Brooks. 800 Church Street, Suite 223. Waycross, Georgia, 31501. 912-287-4443/kellybrooks@gmail.com. CC, Chief Judge Dwayne H. Gillis. Email, gillis2354@gmail.com. Re, Tony L. Paulk versus Roscoe Allen /unlawful. Retraining Order /protective order. To the Honorable J. Kelly Brooks. This is my official notice that you are in direct violation of your oath of office when you unlawfully issue a restraining order against a free man, citizen, one Roscoe Allen without any supporting evidence, documents, or witnesses to the allegations brought before you by an unindicted felon, one Tony L. Paulk. Your gross abuse of discretion in violation of the guaranteed rights with an object lacking of evidence, I will be filing an Banc writ of Mandamus to compel your compliance with the Cannon of Judicial Conduct, your oath of office, your sworn statutory duty to do substantial justice for all. You have until Wednesday, February 12, 2020 to correct your error by vacating your unlawful order. If you fail to comply, then legal action will be taken against you in the United States District Court, under U.S. Title 18, Sector 241 Conspiracy Against Rights, and 242 Color of Law Violation, along with a Judicial Qualifications Complaint to immediately remove you from office. I will also be filing a petition to the grand jury issue an indictment against you for violation of your oath of office. Marbury v. Madison 5 U.S. 137. The principles of the U.S. Constitution makes any law, any procedure, null and void when it violates the Constitution. Respectfully submitted. Bobby Worthy, National President for the Justice League United.
Can you give us a 911 short form? First of all, why are you even here today?
Well, we're here because some unlawful charges from the Coffee County Grand Jury for filing a petition to the grand jury, and they reversed the charges, had the grand jury indict us for filing false documents to have a judge arrested. A guy named Roscoe Allen was held beyond his order, a protected order, for 12 months. The judge, in that order, they never extended Roscoe's time frame. They never took him back to court to extend it. They never took him to court to charge him with a new crime. And that order, during the time Roscoe was in, expired. So thus, the order expired, so did the authority of the judge to keep him incarcerated, and we tried to bring that to their attention. As a matter of fact, I wrote the chief judge who's presiding over the case today a same letter, sent him a letter through email of that same statement that they're holding Roscoe over his authority. They didn't listen, basically. So we filed, me and my co-defendant filed a petition with the Coffee County Grand Jury to have him for falsifying documents, violation of his oath of office, and to remove his Superior Court Judge James Kelly Brook from office. So they in return retaliated, which is, I'm sure George Barnhill had something to do with that. He's the DA now, the Judicial Circuit, until January or February when they take the new DA comes in office. He also was the one that George Barnhill played the major part in one of the major parts in the Ahmaud Arbery case, where George Barnhill, decided that the Michaels, the murderers, were justified in killing Ahmaud Arbery. As a matter of fact, I wrote the chief judge who's presiding over the case today sent him a letter through email of that same statement that they're holding Roscoe over his authority. They didn't listen, basically. So me and my co-defendant filed a petition with the Coffee County Grand Jury to have him for falsifying documents, violation of his oath of office, and to remove his Superior Court Judge James Kelly Brook from office. He was on that same petition with Jackie Johnson. Which this petition, we did get a chance to it with that petition in Glenn County, that me and my co-defendant did get a chance to go to address the Glenn County Grand Jury on our petition to them to answer the charges is why Jackie Johnson was removed from office. Not removed from office, but indicted by the Glenn County Grand Jury. So we did it here. They in return retaliated and filed false charges on us for falsifying documents.
What was it and what happened today?
Well, today was an arraignment. Basically, arraignment is a plea of guilty and not guilty. Of course, we pleaded not guilty. And there was other things, what's going on, status of the case and what's going on with the case. One of the things, but I think the key things that I mentioned today is why the Superior Court Judge Gillis, the Chief Judge, did not recuse himself from the beginning of this trial. Because the petition that we filed was against one of his judges in his judicial circuit. Okay. So today I addressed that, and he said, well, there's a time frame for filing that I should have filed it 8 days before this, for that, but he will consider me filing another, to go ahead and file a motion to recuse. When I addressed him, I shouldn't have to file a motion to recuse. You should voluntarily recuse yourself and every judicial circuit judge here. But he said, well, I normally would bring an outside judge anyway on a trial like that, but I can't go on normally, maybe, because you may change your mind during the trial. Mm-hmm. You know, he should do the honorable thing, because I never had an issue with Judge Gillis. He's always been fair. I have no problems with him. But in this case, he should voluntarily recuse himself.
Okay, now, thank you, Mr. Bob Worth of Justice League United. Greetings. I'm George Foster Ryan, but to get to Free Press out of Valdosta, Georgia, on Facebook, George Foster Ryan, YouTube, Boston, G.B.R. Today I traveled to Douglas and Coffee County Courthouse because Bobby Worthy and Paul Nally had to appear before Judge Gillis.
Still plead not guilty, and what you're waiving is a reading out loud. So would you like to be formally arraigned or wait for arraignment?
21R171, State Georgia v. Paul Allen and Bobby Worthy, one count, finding false documents. Count one reads as follows. In the name and behalf of the citizens of Georgia, charged and accused Paul Allen and Bobby Worthy with the offense of filing false documents, for that the said accused on or about the 5th day of March 2021 in Coffee County to knowingly file in public record a document to it, petition of criminal complaint to the September 2020 term grand jury, having reason to know that such document contained a materially false representation to it that Roscoe Allen had never been arrested, charged, or indicted for any crime arising from the violation of the temporary protective order, contrary to laws of said state, the good order, peace, and dignity thereof.
Gentlemen, come on up.
What he's doing is writing the not guilty in.
No, please.
Say again.
I do not wish to plead guilty or not guilty. I am immune from criminal prosecution under this matter. Both under the 14th Amendment, Article 1, 14th Amendment, Section 1, second sentence, and the precedent case of New York Times Company v. So. You never had an immunity claim, have you?
Well, no, immunity based on self-defense. You want to put that in a motion. And
If you would like a motion to that effect, I will generate one and electronically file it and PDF it to you.
And I believe Mr. Nally has filed some sort of motion.
There is a plea and bar present.
So, and that's the solution to that, is a plea and bar if there's some deficiency with the indictment or some issue there. The options today are not guilty or guilty. Those are the only options. There's no.
However, the plea and bar, if I'm not mistaken, Your Honor, is a arraignment hearing. And I think you mentioned you wanted to hear some lawyers. Sorry, but that's.
Your Honor, those are pleas and bars that routinely dealt with that long after arraignment.
yeah, I'm not sticker on the timeline. I mean, we'll get to it. We're sort of in a holding pattern until you all can get your order.
Gotcha.
What we're trying to do, or I'm trying to do today, is just get your case keyed up and moving. It's something, it's been a while. So, I didn't want to just lay around out there and linger.
No, it doesn't need to.
Mr. Worthy, it shows that you've been informed with ring that Cannon wrote that scratch out a couple times. Pretty dumb thing. So, the insert of the copy of the indictment, which was pleads not guilty. That's to sign right here, which says defendant, and sign there. Yes, sir. Would you provide us a copy of that?
Sign this up too?
This is your copy.
Yeah, but I want you to sign this. I want a copy to sign this. This one sign.
This is not signed. This is a copy. If you want to get a
Why
copy
I
of
to
this,
sign it?
right there. We need formally arraigned, but he's not. On the, where is it? Mr. Nally, should the same thing if you've been formally arraigned, insert a copy of the bill of indictment, Mr. Witnesses, and please not guilty.
Stretch through the not guilty, right?
No, sir, I don't think those are that's not today. If you don't wish to sign this, I'll write refuse to sign, and it's just part of the
Remember, indictment would go out to the jury, so better to say, I would think it'd be better for them to say not guilty. But immune is not an entry. That's a defense, which we'll get to.
How about not guilty due to immunity? But that's okay. I can make sure the jury understands.
And may I say something?
Well, and then the reverse of that is if the court, me or whatever judge denies an immunity defense, then
Right.
it may look like, well, since that fell through, I'm guilty then. You know? I'd be careful with that until you
Exactly.
see a lawyer.
I want to make for the record that, you know, because of this pending felony, because of the jobs that I qualified for, that I actually qualified, the companies won't get a chance on hiring me because of the pending felony. Because they saying, hey, you qualified for it, you're all right, but if you go to jail or to prison, then we gotta get somebody else. So this to me is an indictment, it's unlawful. You know, that's another argument. You didn't meet the requirements to go to the grand jury in the first place. We never found out. It doesn't even meet the requirements to go to the grand jury, to present it to the grand jury. And then, but that's another argument for the court. But this is causing my life, you know, a mess right now. And I'm not too happy about it.
Well, either myself or through another judge, as I mentioned earlier, if you would let the court know, just as soon as you get the legal representation issue, particularly with my schedule, I can have another, what we call an ARPA judge, assigned to this case and tee it up quickly and get it over one way or the other. That's what I didn't want to do. I know you had the illness issue and y'all been trying to get you a lawyer, so.
But I definitely don't want to rush justice. I don't want to rush justice. I don't want to rush and get injustice. I want to make sure we get justice in this case.
Sure.
Because we got murderers, rapists, armed robbers out here. And the determination, who determines, in my mind, what I allege, according to the law, alleged as false. That's what I want to know. Who determines that? Prosecutors? Because this is crazy.
Well, they don't get into the weeds right now because that'll have to be determined. There'll probably be some pre-trial hearings on it or whatever, you know. But let's see.
And we could always hope that learned counsel for the county might see the error of their ways and move for a dismissal. Who knows?
All things are possible.
All things are possible.
If your address should change, of course, notify the clerk's office here so you get notices. Okay.
Got it, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else?
Nothing to say.
All right, gentlemen, that'll conclude this for today. Good luck, and I'll see you in the future, or maybe some other judge. I don't know. For now, schedule.
Thank you, Your Honor. Take care and have a great day.
Y'all do now.
That's it, head away across the jury.
All right. Wooten versus Osteen. Christopher Wooten versus Tammy Osteen, 22B 434.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. What I said? Understand?
You can come right up here.
Now back to your question that I missed in saying all that. You asked me a question, Mr. Rines. Repeat it for me.
Short form, white contractors and black contractors
Yes, sir.
performed their job.
Yes, sir.
They got paid and Oscar didn't. Oscar's mad as hell and I would be too, so explain that.
Yes, sir. Mr. Roscoe Allen, all of this started when Mr. Roscoe Allen did not receive his $40,000 where he was a private contractor developing property in the city of Douglas. Mr. Allen came before the city council to request his reimbursement of his $40,000 for developing water, sewer development in a certain community here in Douglas. The city council failed to pay Mr. Allen his $40,000 for his subdivision development for the water sewer. But yet, the white contractors got their monies.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. I was on the council and still on the council. Mr. Allen came before us several times to request that he get reimbursed of his monies. Mr. Allen was never reimbursed. As a result of never being reimbursed, he came to our meeting several times requesting it. The mayor became upset and irate that he kept coming. He found a way to stop him from coming asking for his money, and he decided to take out a restraining order on Mr. Allen so that he could no longer come before our city council to request his money. And that's the gist of how all of this got started. Mr. Allen was only exercising his rights, but Mr. Paulk, the mayor, did not want him to do so. He felt that it was embarrassing him as the mayor. He did not like it, and he filed for a restraining order based on no facts, based on no witnesses, because I was in the courthouse when they had the hearing about it. He had no witnesses present to say that Mr. Allen had been stalking him and harassing him, and the judge granted it anyway. I filed for a restraining order against Robert Preston, who threatened me at a city council meeting. However, my restraining order was not granted, and it was on camera of Mr. Preston threatening me. So you go figure. Is it apples to apples in Coffee County, apples to oranges, or apples, oranges, and bananas? Citizens of Douglas and Coffee County, get up off your butts and investigate and look into what's happening here, and take a stand and vote these corrupt people out of office. You all ain't lying. You all ain't lying. You a lie. You a lie. Both of y'all a lie. Y'all lied on Roscoe. That was not what he said. You lied. Hey, Chief. You lied. You lied. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. You lied. You need to move, Mr. President. You lied. Mr. President. You lied. You got some mad because you know you lied. That's why you got some mad. I'm good.
I had mine on. Are there any forms I need to sign?
Allen came before the city council to request his reimbursement of his $40,000 for developing water, sewer development in a certain community here in Douglas. The city council failed to pay Mr. Allen his $40,000 for his subdivision development for the water sewer. But yet, the white contractors got their monies.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. I was on the council and still on the council. Mr. Allen came before us several times to request that he get reimbursed of his monies.
Just like when I got mad with me about this right here. I gave every one of y'all copies right here. It said right here. Now, Matt McGowan had one, all y'all had one. It says, Commissioner Roper, deposition testimony. You heard what I said? Matt McGowan says a summary. Now, he's a lawyer, you know that? He had a copy of this. That's what it said right here. It says, Commissioner Roper, deposition testimony. Now, I'm going to tell you what Mr. Roper said about this testimony. You understand that? About this, waste, this sewage, this water sufficient policy. Y'all said that was suspended. That policy never was suspended. Now, you through Preston, you write the news too. Now, you wrote about them going on that trip, spending, what, $1,700? Well, why you put this in the paper about Francis Lott, Griffin, Gillis Joseph, getting all this free, water sewer ran free behind closed doors. I found out about the policy, then y'all said suspended. It wasn't never suspended. Why you put that in the paper? Preston, huh? Douglas Enterprise, where you at? Why you put that in the paper? But you don't put in the paper about what they done, little penny money, and here you go, they spending $1,000 on water waste sewer. It cost me $42,000 to run mine. Now, what the thing it cost them? They saw them bigger than mine. Then y'all complaining about, hey, every time black, the way this newspaper is biased towards black. That's why I'm suing it. I meant what I said. I don't care how much money I spent, I'm going to sue the city too. Come on. And Charlie Taylor, how I directed something to him about the $3. shotgun. That's a lie. We can put that paper. And I'm gonna show you in this city here. It's time out for y'all to come up here and do black like doing. You're wrong, you're wrong. If your city can't take heat, don't run for city commission. You got that? Don't run. You can't take the heat.
We got your
It's enough of this bias stuff going on with black. Every time black come up there, the city don't make the city. Y'all make the city look bad. The city is making the city look bad. Do right, you won't have that problem you want.
Mr. Allen, I completely agree with you.
That's what I say.
I do.
And I'm gonna sue back up in it.
Because
I'm gonna sue the enterprise paper.
You did not make a
That's right. And you pressed them. I wish you wrote something about me. I'll be suing you too. The paper. But all that about them that will finish little $1,700. They go friends line, spend all this money on them behind closed doors, running water sewer line free. That's what it costs to go, running the water sewer line free.
Yeah.
They got found out about the suspended. I'm gonna read what Commissioner definition, which all y'all had. You do said I just do telling her I ain't president. You ain't president. You had the deposition here. All that to read what Mr. Roscoe said, ain't credible been in here 30 years. I'm finna read on every one of y'all listen to this. Hear me? Hear what I say? Oh, all y'all listen to this. On June the 27th, 2003, plaintiff deposed Mr. Roper's deposition. When questioned about it, Mr. Roper stated that he didn't remember the policy changes. He knew he didn't vote to change it. You got that? He said that the policy suspicion could have happened, but not while he was in office. Now, he was in office way after I read this subdivision. You tell me now. Right. And listen to the last statement he said. Last statement he said was, Mr. Roper claimed to have no personal recollection when the study policy was suspended. Now y'all had this right here. All you had to do right about it. Y'all let friends not all them run it free, pay for it free behind closed doors. Hey, if you're gonna do what you advertise, put out everybody want to. Everybody like to put a study in, they gonna run the water line, city gonna pay for it free for it. But they put none of that in the paper. None of it. You need the press. You put none of them neither. But put it about them there going on that trip down to eat till $1,700. They ain't chicken change. That's what I said. That's right. I wish you wrote something about me too. I don't be suing your paper too. I mean what I say.
$1,700 were also for hotel expenses.
I know. They don't mean that. Look how much they spend on them.
Not just
run the water sewer line. It cost me $42,000 to run mine. They certainly bigger than mine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I understand your compassion, Mr. Allen, and again, I apologize that you have not been comfortable.
You don't have no my attorney real well. He don't sue the city twice.
Yeah.
And more than butt out, I'm gonna wear your butt out too, see. I mean what I say. Yes. I'm gonna wear the newspaper out too. I went there on Friday morning.
Mr. Allen, the mayor pro tem has a question.
My question would be, because I was gonna bring this up in the meeting too, as well. I wanna know who submitted this to Douglas Enterprise.
No, who did? Charlie, they did too.
Who submitted?
That's incorrect.
Well,
you got to ask the city manager.
It's in the paper here.
Wait, Mr. Allen, hold on.
No, I got paper right here.
The reason why I said that was
You know the paper. I can read everything you said right here. Last week paper.
Mr. Allen.
Well, go ahead and say it. I want to know too.
Mr. City Manager, who submitted that to the Douglas Enterprise?
I have no idea. It's their normal recap from their commission meeting. If you
so where did they get it from? They wasn't
somebody.
If you look at the agenda items from last time and newspaper article, it went out of its way to make sure no names were mentioned. So
but also on that article, it has our comments that we said in the last meeting.
That's right.
Okay. So therefore, we have the comments that we said in the last meeting. All of my comment that was in there wasn't all to what I said in that last meeting.
You'd have to ask the Douglas Enterprise because their representative was here. I mean, nobody that I know of submitted anything to
She was here. Christy was here.
Hold a minute.
Yeah.
Commissioner, let me read this article, okay? I want everybody to hear this article. We're going to find
and y'all all have an article provided up at your desk.
Let me read the article, okay? Yeah. The article says right here. This is what the article says. City address safety days after individual make threatening remarks. During the last sitting of Douglas Mayor and Commission meeting on Tuesday, November the 13th, Mayor Tony Paulk and the Commission discussed safety and security concerning the Douglas City Hall for the incident at an October meeting where an individual made threatening remarks direct to a commissioner. City Manager Charlie Davis stated that the point of this conversation was not just revolving around the particular incident, but was meant to talk about security as a whole in the current building. During October 22nd meeting, an individual allegedly made a remark, I got a 9mm.
9mm. Towards.
Oh, I got it right here. Toward one of the city commissioners. According to Davis, the comment sparked several department heads, regular staff, and some council members approaching him concerned about the safety and security. They have been very concerned about this individual erratic behavior, disrespect for council members, threatening body language, Davis said. They also stated that the police have looked into the threat and said, now I'm gonna tell you something. I wish the police department would have arrested me, you understand that? For threat. So I didn't threaten nobody. I wish they would have arrested me. Then I'll be suing the police department. I meant what I say. I'm finna finish that. Hold your horse. I'm on the agenda now.
Okay.
All right? I'm on the agenda.
Come on.
All right. They state that the police have looked into the threat and said the best we can determine is that the threat was conditional, not unconditional. Commissioner Edwin Taylor stated, we do need to have security at all times during our meetings for the safety of the commission and all who attend. I definitely think that's something we need to look into because in this day and time, you never know what is going on in an individual mind. Commissioner Karen Durns followed. I understand we need to have security, but we do not have the Douglas Post. We do have the Douglas Post Department here. But if they could beef that up a little bit and maybe get a metal detector, I think it would be great because you never know what incident might occur. I think this is a time to talk about this because I don't want to have this conversation after an event. So do we do something now or wait until something possible happens? Before the event or after the event? Is why I'm bringing this up. Mayor Tony Paulk stated, yes, I am all for being proactive. I agree. Commissioner McNeil replied, there is nothing wrong for a citizen to come here and tell us we are idiots and get upset because of situations. What is not okay is when that conversation becomes harmful or threatening. We got to make sure we know the difference. Mayor Paulk responded, considering the intention that people have in this day of time, I can agree that something should be in place.
But yet, the white contractors got their monies.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. I was on the council and still on the council. Mr. Allen came before us several times to request that he get reimbursed of his monies.
Next item, item 2, Roscoe Allen, Mr. Allen's here to discuss some issues about the subdivision.
So as Mr. Allen is going to the podium, we're going to make sure that we stay within our 3-minute time frame. So Mr. Allen, if you would, at the conclusion of your 3 minutes, we're going to proceed with the meeting. Thank you.
Okay, I want to reject this subdivision situation where they say that what the newspaper put in the paper on the last paper they wrote, they said that that ordinance has been suspended. When I found out the ordinance hadn't been suspended, that's a lie. It got suspended when I had a lawyer to sue the city, then they brought that in. Cause I put Max Lauer in my truck and carried him over there. He told me to get on the agenda. We got to reimburse you like we done the rest of it. So that policy was not suspended, that's a lie. Number 2, Tony Paul, I want you to listen real good, you hear me? Now I got this out, y'all open record question, Sunshine Law, I want you to listen real good, you hear me? Listen good now. All right, this 3 minutes, it never was no 3 minute in the work session. You understand that, y'all? This is the law right here, they own file now. Well, it was never no 3 minute in the work session. It was 3 minutes with order anticipation for 3 minutes. In a work session, you get to speak long as you want to speak. Now this come out y'all file. Open record, Sunshine Law, Mr. Paul. I want you to listen to it. You got it? Okay. You don't run this city by yourself, brother. I mean what I say. Now, this is what it says now. It says that according to a charter, y'all charter, you got that, Mr. Paul? The city of Douglas government by Robert Rule of Order, new revised section 28, parliamentary procedure, section 2-29, states that the mayor shall decide, you got that? Not make decision for how many minutes of him. Y'all got nothing in y'all ordinance said that a person got 3 minutes in a work session. That's a fight now. This come out y'all own file, Mr. Paulk. So you were wrong last week telling y'all only got 3 minutes in a work session. Know your law, know your rules out here. You the mayor. All right, I'm gonna finish reading. Now you got that? Now it says this right here, that the mayor shall preside at all commission meetings. That's what it says, preside. Okay, it said preserve order and decorum. It said nothing about no 3 minutes in no work session. Y'all got that? This come out y'all file. I requested this. Ain't no ordinance that said nothing about no 3 minutes in no work session. You got that? So you're wrong. Now all y'all up here commission need to know what's going on up here. You got that? It's wrong. So you were wrong last week. You told me I only had 3 minutes. Know your rules. Know your regulation. You got that? That's all I got to say now.
And Mr. Allen, you'll share that with Ms. Henderson so she can
Yeah, I said anything I want to share it with you. Come on,
you get copies for us. Or Roger, you get copies for me.
He wants copies.
I get some copies tomorrow. Don't worry about that.
He's gonna go right to the copy room, Mr. Allen. He's bringing it right back to you.
And you got nothing to work. So it said nothing about no 3 minutes. No order, no nothing. Am I right, Mr. Jerome? I pulled everything they had. I had Romero to write it down and put it for me.
Mr. Allen.
No, I'm just telling you that.
Thank you.
I ain't gonna see you being like that. Fight is fight.
Next on the agenda,
The next person will be Mr. Roscoe Allen.
First of all, I had my attorney to go back and pull the original lawsuit that I had filed against the city concerning reimbursement of my water and sewer line that I put it over on all the Heights subdivision. So, this is right here. It says that the city of Douglas, it says that the city of Douglas, Georgia, Mike's Law, were individual in his official capacity as mayor of the city of Douglas, Georgia, Olivia Pierce, individual in her official capacity as member of the city of Douglas Board of Commission, Johnny Roper, individual and in his official capacity as member of the city of Douglas Board of Commission, Charles Moore, individually in his official capacity member of the city of Douglas Board of Commission, Ronald Anderson, individual in the official capacity as a member of the city of Douglas Board of Commission, Robert Moore, individual in his official capacity as member of the city of Douglas Board of Commission, and Don Brooks, individual and in his official capacity as member of the city of Douglas Board of Commission. Now, first of all, I want to say this right here.
Hold on, Mr. Roscoe. Give the mayor and Commissioner Durham a moment so that they can have attention to what you're saying.
I was paying attention. I was just explaining something.
Yeah, well, I was hearing you talking, so interrupt me. Go ahead.
Do y'all understand this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now.
You can start over, Mr.
Yeah, start over.
You want to read all again?
No, you called the names already.
I know, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, just pick up where you left off with the name.
Okay, all right, now, next is this right here. Now, y'all are making money off a subdivision that I put in. Now, I'm gonna give y'all a little scenario, which y'all made based on an average of $300 a month light bill over there. There's 15 residents over there. Now, you take that there. Right, you don't need it. You take that there. An average of $300 a month times 15 residents over there. The light bill, that's $4,500 a month. Now, you multiply that times 12, you come out to be $54,000. You got that? Now, you take that, I put that subdivision in 1999, you started getting revenues off of it in 2000. Multiply that times 19, you come out with over $1,026,000. Now that included sanitation, that included water and sewer, and also that included city taxes. Now, you got that? Now, number two, I'm gonna read it. This concerning, this is right here, this is fact. I want all y'all listen to that. All y'all listen to this.
You need to speed up because your 3 minutes are about up.
No, on a work session now. Yeah, 3 minutes, I gave you a copy of what the work session. Now, hold on a minute. Now, I gave you a copy that last out here concerning the work session.
3 minutes,
Out
Mr.
y'all,
Allen.
hold on, out y'all on
Mr.
file
Allen,
now.
I'm gonna give you an additional
Well,
3 minutes.
well,
Please
never
start the
pull it
clock.
for me. They gonna open up the sunshine.
Please start the clock.
Don't get distracted with
No,
what
no,
you're
I'm
saying.
telling him,
Yeah.
in the work session, you don't have no time limit.
Okay,
In the
you
work,
have
I
3
pulled the
minutes.
file, they got a copy of it from the last time I
Right.
came up here. Now, come on now.
You gave it to us.
It come right out of open up sunshine out y'all record. Now, in the work session, you go higher no 3 minutes.
This is what we're gonna do.
Now, Mayor,
Start time.
now I'm telling you that now.
I have spoken.
You got
As the
the
chair,
facts now.
you've
I pulled
spoken.
it. I pulled
You got it?
the facts, Mayor.
Stay,
Okay.
stay
Now I
with
understand why you won't hate.
Go ahead.
It come right out y'all file now.
Go ahead.
Now, that ain't right, man. I'm just telling you. Now, I'm trying to do right up here and be right about the city.
Okay.
Now, come on now.
In 3 minutes, we're moving forward.
Okay, man.
Stay focused, Mr. Allen.
I'm staying focused now.
All right.
I don't know
Finish
why you
telling,
like that with me.
finish telling
I'll
us
tell
your
you what.
points.
You know I don't give up. All I got to say about it now, I've been trying to be nice. All right. Now, this is the lawsuit. Okay. Within the next few days, Adam met with the mayor of Douglas, Mike Law, who accompanied him to a subdivision being developed by friends and lot. The crew were installing water and sewer lines. Adam informed the mayor that the city had hired subcontractors to install the line in lot subdivision. According to Adam, the mayor responded that if we doing it for them, we got to do it for you. Adam. It appears that neither Mayor Lockwood nor Commissioner Moore recalled during their initial meeting was adding that the board had suspended the city water sewer extension policy in May of 1999. In any event, it is clear that neither of them informed Adam that the policy was no longer in effect. Thus, in February or March of 2000, Adam sought to be placed on the agenda for the city board meeting, so that he could demand reimbursement from the city for expenses he incurred installing a water and sewer line in the Alderman Heights subdivision. He was placed on the agenda for the board May of 2000. Okay. Sometime after the policy suspension, Cycle Plain submitted that on April the 12th of 1999, the board voted to pay $40,000 for water and sewer extension for the golf club extension area owned by Ralph Evans. Finally, plaintiff simply asserted, relying on the deposition of Commissioner Olivia Pearson, that the board was still considering requests for assistance from white subdivision developers after the policy suspension date. They assert that if the board was granting requests after the policy was supposed to suspend it was not actually suspended. Plaintiff, Commissioner Roper stated that he did not vote to change that policy. The board approved assistance under a policy for white developer after the policy already suspension date and the other developers. Lockwood was the mayor of the city of Douglas.
Allen, that's your time.
Hold it, man. I got two more little sentences to go, man.
I give you those 2 sentences.
Let me finish. Now, this is something. Now, we would need to get this straight, Mayor.
I'm gonna give you
Now,
two
I'm trying to
sentences.
be nice about this. I don't know
Go
why.
ahead, and I am too, Mr. Allen.
It ain't, no, you ain't got it. Okay, now.
Go ahead,
Finish-
stay
finish your
focused,
2 sentences.
Stay focused,
All right,
stay
now.
focused,
You don't like that, no.
stay focused.
Okay. Lockwood, the mayor of the city of Douglas, in the state of Georgia, was the address is at 902 Lee Avenue, Douglas, Georgia, resident within the judicial district. Defendant Lockwood, the mayor of the city of Douglas, who at all times material to duly elected mayor of Douglas. He violated plaintiff's constitution and state law rights. Lockwood being sued in both his individual and official capacity. Now, in reference to the complaint, defendant Olivia Pearson therefore was a duly elected member of the city of Broward in the state of Georgia with the address at 614 Taylor Circle, Douglas, Georgia, presiding this Judicial Allen. Pearson stated that this is what I want to read y'all now. I want to read it, because you know it was a 3-3 vote when I took him, came up here about that. Right. And Mayor Lockwood said, I got 3, he voted against it now. I want to read this him. Wasn't no way I could have won this lawsuit. I'm gonna read this him. I want you to listen to this now.
Mr. Allen, this has been decided by a federal court.
Look, man.
And I have allowed you more time than what you were supposed to have. No, you've already done that. Your time is up.
No, the
Your
judge
time is up. Mr. Davis
said this,
Mr. Allen.
That you
Mr.
go
Allen,
against me.
this is a lawful meeting.
Yeah, it's in here.
Mr. Davis, what's the next item? What's the next item on the
He said,
agenda?
Judge, you vote against it.
That's a lie.
Judge Roscoe vote against it, and Charles
What is
vote
it?
against it. See, let me tell you something.
No city manager
I'll
update.
tell you what.
So as
I'm
far
gonna research this
as
out.
the meeting,
I
you
promise you
are
this,
disturbing
no,
a lawful meeting.
It's not right.
So
You gotta
the next thing, as far as the updates during the meeting, is what I want to discuss as the mayor of the city of Douglas. Mr. Allen, stop.
I'm gonna sit down, man.
Yep, no, you supposed to sit down a few minutes ago.
You ain't
No.
Well, as
You
an
wrong.
elected official, and he's
I
telling me that
no.
I voted against
It
it.
has
That's
already
not true.
been decided.
That's not true.
This has already been decided in a court of law.
Well, that's a lie.
No.
And
Yes.
it needs to be addressed.
That's right, need to
So
address.
the next thing before the council is this, under the city manager's updates. Also in the email that I sent out this morning, I would like for us to entertain suspending the mayor and commissioner's comments from our regular meeting. We need to make sure that we're having a professional meeting, that it gets out of hand sometimes, and the citizens are not pleased with the way that these meetings are being conducted. So that is the issue before us.
So my thing would be,
Y'all do right. We'll have that problem.
That's right.
Mr. Allen, we are talking.
And you is a big liar.
Okay, that's fine.
I went to you
Please
and
have a
told
seat.
you. You said you have no problem with all right.
What is your conversation?
You will. That's what you will, a big liar.
my conversation.
So I'm not through. So I'm gonna investigate. I'm gonna investigate this.
You are still disrupting a lawful meeting. Mr. Allen, I am asking you to be quiet. Be quiet, Mr. Allen.
I'm gonna investigate.
That's right.
Mr. Durham.
I'll come out there.
Mr. Durham.
Over Sunshine Law.
Mr. Durham.
With that,
We'll talk.
You have the floor. Mr. Durham.
and if it ain't right, I'm gonna sue the hell out of the city. Cause I got that y'all file based on being up here.
Mr. Durham.
Sir,
No, the word said there's no time limit.
Okay, you don't want to be recognized.
I want to be recognized, but it's the way you just hollered at me.
Well, okay, I'm sorry.
I understand there's stuff going on, but we all got
Mr.
to
Durham.
focus.
Mr. Durham.
Okay, thank you. My thing is, by taking our voices in our minutes, you saying what the citizens saying that they don't like the unprofessionalism and what's going on. But if you suspend our comments as a commissioner, we are sitting here in this seat by the citizens.
Okay.
So my thing is, at the end of the day, it would be unlawful and unethical and unprofessional for us not to say anything about that. And that goes to right it is. It's dictatorship, and I don't think that that's possible, and I don't think that that's right.
Next item, person is Mr. Roscoe Allen, 7065 Estelle Road, here to speak about some violations in this respect.
Good evening. You have 3 minutes.
First of all, Mayor, dealing with the city charter here. You have been violating your oath of office. Also, you've been violating the city charter. I have the power of the duty of the mayor right here. It says that mayor shall preside at all meetings of the city commission, be the head of the city for the purpose of service, process, and for ceremony purpose, and be the official spokesperson for the city and the chief advocate of policy. have the power to administer oath and take affidavits. This is the main one, dog. Listen. Order. Jerome, don't you listen to now, call ordinance and other instruments executed by the city, which by law are required to be in writing. Now, just like this right here, it say 3 minutes. Now I got on the word say ain't no such thing in that. Y'all got an order say I got 3 minutes. You got it? This is the city charter. It tells everybody what they can and can't do. Now, all right, Jerome? That's a fact now. Right here. Now, I have also every public official who holds elected office either by election or by appointment is subject to recall from office by electors who are ready and qualified to vote in the recall election who reside in the electoral district from which candidate are elected to their office. Now, all right? Abuse of office, mayor, criminal law, violation can arise from public service, include violation of oath of office. All right? Okay. This is the things that you can be took from office for: suspension and removal of elected officials. On all y'all listening to school. Okay. Has committed an act of malfeasance. Now this is what malfeasance means to all y'all here. It means wrong, especially by a public official. You got me now? Okay, I'm going down the line.
You have 30 seconds.
I know what I got, Mayor. And also, Mayor, I will meet with my city, I'll meet with my attorney. Roy Cole, who Jerome Allen know real good, he have sued the city before. On Wednesday at 8:30. Now, I'm not going for no recall. I'm going for impeachment of office by the mayor. You got that? Put it in the paper, because I'm going for it. That's right. Every time I come up here and try to do right, hey, you shut me down. That's right.
Alan, that's your 3 minutes.
Well, that's fine with me, Mayor.
Thank you.
Because you ain't going to be up here, but if I can help you, take that to the bank. I told you I was coming back to you.
Mr. Davis?
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, too. I appreciate that. Nah, I'm through.
That concludes all the general comments, and I had no updates.
Okay. Well, we have a few minutes. We'll do it again in 5 minutes. Okay? Thank you.
You go figure. Is it apples to apples in Coffee County, apples to oranges, or apples, oranges, and bananas? Citizens of Douglas and Coffee County, get up off your butts and investigate and look into what's happening here and take a stand and vote these corrupt people out of office.
Ha ha.